Dust on the Mountain by Ruskin Bond. Part 4. Clouds of Dust. Bali said, "I'm going to Delhi to find work. I'll come back next summer. What about you, Bisnu? Why don't you come with me? It's easier to find work in Delhi." "I'm staying with Chitru," said Bisnu. "We may work at the quarries." "I like the big towns," said Bali. "I like shops and people and lots of noise. I will never go back to my village. There is no money there, no fun." Bali made a bundle of his things and set out for the bus stand. Bisnu bought himself a pair of cheap shoes, for the old ones had fallen to pieces. With what was left of his money, he sent another money order home. Then he and Chitru set out for the limestone quarries, an 8-mile walk from Mussoorie. They knew they were nearing the quarries when they saw clouds of limestone dust hanging in the air. The dust hid the next mountain from view. When they did see the mountain, they found that the top of it was missing, blasted away by dynamite to enable the quarries to get at the rich strata of limestone rock below the surface. The skeletons of a few trees remained on the lower slopes. Almost everything else had gone. Grass, flowers, shrubs, birds, butterflies, grasshoppers, ladybirds. A rock lizard popped its head out of a crevice to look at the intruders. Then, like some prehistoric survivor, it scuttled back into its underground shelter. "I used to come here when I was small," announced Chitru cheerfully. "Were the quarries here then?" "Oh no, my friends and we used to come for the strawberries. They grew all over this mountain. Wild strawberries, but very tasty." "Where are they now?" asked Bisnu, looking around at the devastated hillside. "All gone," said Chitru. "Maybe there are some on the next mountain." Even as they approached the quarries, a blast shook the hillside. Chitru pulled Bisnu under an overhanging rock to avoid the shower of stones that pelted down on the road. As the dust enveloped them, Bisnu had a fit of coughing. His eyes smarted and began watering. When the air cleared a little, they saw the limestone dump ahead of them. Chitru, who was older and bigger than Bisnu, was immediately taken on as a laborer. But the quarry foreman took one look at Bisnu and said, "You are too small. You won't be able to break stones or lift those heavy rocks and load them into the trucks. Be off, boy. Find something else to do." He was offered a job in the laborer's canteen, but he had had enough of making tea and washing dishes. He was about to turn around and walk back to Mussoorie when he felt a heavy hand descend on his shoulder. He looked up to find a grey-bearded, turbaned Sikh looking down at him in some amusement. "I need a cleaner for my truck," he said. "The work is easy, but the hours are long." Bisnu responded immediately to the man's gruff but jovial manner. "What will you pay?" he asked. 15 rupees a day, and you'll get food and a bed at the depot." "As long as I don't have to cook the food," said Bisnu. The truck driver laughed. "You might prefer to do so once you have tasted the depot food. Are you coming on my truck? Make up your mind." "I'm your man," said Bisnu, and waving goodbye to Chitru, he followed the Sikh to his truck.